Does your planner have some spare note pages in the back that you're not exactly sure what to do with? In today's video, I want to share with you a few ideas for how to make the most of those note pages. Hello, my charmed ones, and welcome back to my channel for another video. And if this is your first time with me, I would like to say welcome. My name is Alexis, but I'm also known as MissTrenchcoat all across the internet. I'm an online entrepreneur who designs and sells productivity tools, strategies, and skills to help you manifest success with less stress. So if that sounds interesting to you, I'll leave some links down below in the description box where you can check out more of my work online, and feel free to download some of my latest free productivity tools over at thecharmedshop.com. So you know how some pre-printed planners often have a few extra note pages or even a whole note section in the back that sometimes you're not really sure what you're supposed to do with because it might not be enough pages to really take notes with. So you're kind of unsure how to use those pages because you don't want to accidentally waste them. Yeah, if that sounds like you, that's me too. Which is why I came up with a few ideas for how you can use those note pages to make your planner more productive. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so for illustrative purposes, let's just go ahead and use some sample note pages from the Charmed Life Master Planner so I can show you how you would use these spare note pages at the back of pretty much any planner. Now, the first and probably the simplest idea that I have for you is to use these spare pages to create lists. Now, there are a whole bunch of different lists that you might want to have in your planner: a wish list, books that you want to read, movies that you want to watch, quotes that inspire you. So a very easy way for you to do this would be to just go ahead and title the page. So we will just say wish list, and then you could create any sort of system you want for this list. So here I'm just going to go ahead and put item. I'm going to go ahead and put like a $sign for amount, and I'll also put like a due date, right? Like if this is a wish list, when do you need it for, right? And you could go ahead and create like additional lines or something if that was something that you wanted. I'm not really good at drawing lines, but I should probably just use a ruler for this. You should probably use a ruler for this and not be like me. But look, very easy. You can put any item that you want in there. Purse, it's $100, and say you want it for your birthday, right? You want a new planner. Say it's $35 and you need it for December. Okay, so that is how you could make any simple sort of list. Like I said, I also like to keep a list of books that I want to read. So in that case, I just kind of create like a bullet form sort of list, right? Where you could put like the title. So we're going to say Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. And what I could also do as well is I could create a little checkbox too, right? You do that with like a highlighter or a marker or something like that, so it just stands out better. But you could create like a list of things that you want to read and check them off. Same thing with movies. It doesn't have to be complicated, but that's a great way to use spare note pages because you're going to be able to fit a lot of books on one page. So it doesn't matter how many note pages you have, you're probably going to be able to, use them a little bit more strategically. Now, the next idea I have is for a contacts page. Now, I do think that most people keep contacts on their phone, but it's always a good idea to have some contacts in your planner too, just in case your phone dies, right? So you could, again, just title the page Contacts. And depending on the type of information you need for the individuals, you could say something like name, phone number. You could even have an area for an address, right? So you might just want to like put A for address, and you could have it listed out there. You could put like a little email symbol to put their email address, and maybe even create like a little box with like a little bow on top, and that could be for their birthday if you wanted to keep track of birthdays this way. And again, you just have like a simple outline for it, and then you would just sort of continue it over and over and over again. So let's say we want to skip a line here. So we put the name here, address, birthday box, the telephone number, email, something like that, right? Or whatever information that you want to put for the individuals that you are tracking, right? Very simple, but also very helpful. Now, the next idea I have for you is for a bill tracker. So some of us like to track our expenses, our bills, things like that, but a lot of planners don't necessarily have a bill tracker per se. So you could add one of those into your extra note pages if you needed one. And this is going to be a bill tracker for a full year, and you could use as many pages as you need depending on the number of bills that you have. Hopefully not too many. So the way I would do this is I would just create like a bullet, and above that we can write bill, right? And then I can put something about due, spelled that wrong, sorry. And then what we'll do is we will create a little calendar system for ourselves here. Okay, so what I've done here, you can see, is I've just sort of listed out the months of the year by the first letter. So that way you could say like phone bill, right? It's due on the 12th of the month, and every month that you pay it, you check it off, right? Let's do another one of those lines just to look a little bit better. TV and internet will say it's due on the 5th. And let's see if we can do a better job of just spacing things out. That looks a little bit better. If we wanted to as well, we could break out that highlighter again and make little boxes over top of them. Or we could have put the boxes down first. Now I think if you write in first, it's probably a better idea. So some of these might be a little close. It depends on the amount of spacing you have. And then again, you could just check things off, you know, for the months that you did them, right? So that's a really simple way to kind of keep track of one bill that's reoccurring over and over again with a very simple bill tracker. Okay, so now let's talk about the fourth idea, which is a project tracker. If you've been following me for a while, you know I'm very big on project planning and tracking your projects. But if you use a planner that does not have like a dedicated projects section or project planning section like my Charmed Life Master Planner does, then I would say at the very least, consider using some of those spare note pages as a way to track projects. So here I've added a little bit more color to this project tracker. So the headings here, we could say our project and the due date, and we could just create a very simple template where we can list out each project individually with like a little checkbox. Or let's say you had a project with a lot of different sort of sub-projects. You could create one checkbox for the project itself, like the overall objective, and then break it down into the smaller projects as well. That way you could track it a little bit better. And I think this is a great way to really add a lot of function and help with your productivity with project planning in whatever planning system you're using. Okay, and the fifth and final set of ideas I have for you are to add a meal planning section in your spare notes pages. Now, if you are familiar with the way I have my master planner set up, you'll know that I use these inserts in my note pages to create my own meal planning. So the first insert I want to kind of show you how we're going to design, the first template we're going to design is a master meal list. So the way that I create this master meal list is I just use bullets down the side to kind of differentiate each individual meal. And then what I like to do is create check boxes. Again, I just very easily use my highlighter for this. And I create 4 check boxes that are meant to represent breakfast, lunch, dinner, or a snack. And the idea with this insert is that you are going to just list out your favorite sorts of foods that you make on a regular basis, and you can actually organize them by using this checkmark system to help you keep track of, you know, what meals you make for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and what snacks you make when it comes down time to do your meal planning. So here you can see I just have, a few things listed out and, what category they would belong in. But essentially, if you fill up a whole list of all the different meals that you make on a regular basis and then check them off, it just becomes easier to go ahead and create a meal plan when the time comes. And that is actually the second insert idea or template I would like to show you, to actually have a dedicated place where you will put your meal plan for the week. Now, what I tend to do with this section is I'll actually use sticky notes to help me kind of like map ideas out. So maybe I would put all of my breakfasts for a week on one sticky note, like all the different ideas that I have. Same thing with my lunches and dinners. Like you can literally just take a sticky note and either make check marks or just put like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then kind of list out what individual meals you're doing for whatever subcategory that you're working under. Now, I prefer this sort of system with using sticky notes because you can always, remove them easily, and everyone has a whole bunch of spare sticky notes that they can use. So I just find that in my planner, when it comes to meal planning, I don't need to have everything like actually formally written out on the page. As long as I have my meal master list, I can create my meal plan that's always going to change week after week anyway. And just knowing that I have a dedicated space in my planner where I'll be listing those things out makes it so much easier for me. So those were my 5 ideas for how to use your note pages productively in whatever planner system you have. I hope you were able to get some inspiration and now have some ideas for how you want to actually set those pages up to help your life and your goals and your productivity. If you have any other ideas, I would love to hear those, so please leave me a comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Feel free to share it with anyone you think would find it helpful. If you want more of the behind the scenes of my productivity life and business, make sure you're following me on Instagram at MissTrenchcoat. And if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button for more awesome videos by me. And until next time, bye-bye.